Welcome to part 2 of my videos on the A57 Mottram bypass, which is part of my series of the good, bad and the ugly of Hyde, Mottram and Tameside, the area where I live. Now, if you haven't seen any of those other 4 videos, I will leave links in the comments down below, so check those out after you've seen this one. Anyway, let's get on with it and get on with part 2. So we're starting here again at the M67, the motorway behind me, and the bridge you can see in the background here, which is the on-ramp to get onto the motorway at Denton, which has been closed for a long time. And last time we were here, which is just over a month ago, all this road here was a speed limit of 50 miles an hour. So we must be pushing on because now they've opened the motorway up to its full speed of 70 miles an hour. So let's get down to the bridge and see exactly how that has progressed over the last month. So as you can see, the road deck is progressing quite nicely. Obviously not supposed to complete until beginning of next year. So they're just doing all the steel work, which I guess is going to be for the concrete base. So all the major steel structures in place now. So that's why they've been able to put the speed limit of the motorway back to 70 miles an hour. So we'll keep an eye on this, but we need to go down now to the end of the M67, so Junction 4, which is commonly known as the Hattersley Roundabout, and see what's been going on there. Now let's go right the way through the route of this new bypass, and let's start at the beginning, or the end, the Hattersley Roundabout at the end of the M67. So extra lanes are going to be added to the roundabout itself, and there's also going to be traffic lights installed, finally. From the roundabout there will be a new dual carriageway which will divert all traffic away from Mottram village. Under this new dual carriageway there will also be an underpass for Old Mill Farm. A new bridge will carry the A6018 Roadcross Road over the dual carriageway, which will also include a 140 metre long underpass to take the bypass under Old Road and Old Hall Road to the north of Mottram. Originally the road was going to be called the A57/A628 Mottram in Longdale, Hollingworth and Tintwistle bypass, but this was all shelved in 2009. At Mottram Moor there is going to be a significant junction which is going to be controlled by traffic lights. This is where it will change from a dual carriageway to a single carriageway. This new single carriage roadway from Mottram Moor to Woolley Bridge will also separate Glossop traffic from the vehicles travelling over the Pennines along the A628 Woodhead Pass. There is also going to be another underpass here at Carhouse Lane for the farmers to use. As well as building a new bridge over the River Evero, they're also going to be altering the River Evero, which is going to help manage flood risks. The new bypass will then end at a major junction at Woolley Bridge Road. Construction began in May 2025 and is expected to finish in spring 2028, and it's expected to cost between 230 and 300 million pounds. So we have arrived at Junction 4, the end of the M67 or the Hattersley Roundabout. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be crossing over probably the most dangerous crossing ever, because all the traffic's coming this way off the roundabout onto the 67, and there is, you see it, a little crossing across there, so we could go on the other side. But anyway, first thing I've seen different from when we were last here is some diggers and stuff actually on the roundabout. I believe what's happening here is the road from the bypass will go across the roundabout and actually connect with the M67. So you won't be going round the roundabout, you'll be going across the roundabout when you're going from the bypass onto the 67. Let's go across the other side. Fingers crossed we don't die in the process. So I made it. I'm not dead. Anyway, the compound seems to have grown a lot. There are now quite a few site cabins there, and there's a lot more digging going on across the field. Again, I believe this is just a temporary road surface so the construction vehicles can go up and down it. So let's get over to the Balfour BT compound and take a look at the changes there. Well, this little stretch of road you can see here behind me is the old original A57, which went from Glossop through to Hyde before they actually built this incredibly busy roundabout at the end of the 57. If you look at this old aerial shot, you can actually see the old A57 road, and you can also see it went through the roundabout. So you can see the compound's grown quite a bit. So it is moving on at a bit of a pace. I wouldn't say it was a fast pace, but this traffic is just horrendous. So hopefully it's going to be worth it in the end. So let's get over there to Roadcross Road and see how the demolition of the bungalows is going on. So we're just entering Mottram village. So the road in front of me is Mottram Moor. We have just travelled up Hyde Road. We've just turned down Staley Bridge Road, but if we turn right at the traffic lights, we would have been going down Broadbottom Road. Our next stop is 4 Lanes because I want to take a look at the bungalows that are being knocked down there. Now these bungalows are being demolished because they are going to be building a temporary road here. Now they're having to build this temporary road because Roadcross Road is actually having a bridge going over it. So they can build the bridge, they need to make the temporary road first, which is just going to be made out of stone, I believe. Then once the permanent bridge has been made, they will knock the road down and then use the stone for the surface for the dual carriageway. So let's leave 4 Lanes and then go and have a look on the other side of the bungalows at Roadcross Road to see where exactly they are building this temporary bridge. So you can see we've had a slight change from when we were last here at Roadcross Road. They've put up these green screens. So on this side of the road here in this field is where the new temporary bridge is going to be erected. So we've made it to Roadcross Road and it's windy again. Is it going to be windy every time I come here? Anyway, over there is the M67 and Junction 4 roundabout. And as you can see now, these bungalows are well on the way being knocked down. But let's go and have a look and see the bungalows over there. Now, I've just been talking to one of the construction workers here who's working on this side, and he said it's been slow to demolish these houses because they reckon there's been some birds nesting in them. So they've not been able to knock them down. They've got to wait for the birds to fly away. He did give me a bottle of water though, which was very nice of the chap. So it's good to see that they're cracking on here. Let's go and have a look at the houses at Old Road and see how they're doing there. So as well as Roadcross Road, the difference here again is they've got some more screens up, but these are more substantial. So let's take a closer look and see what they've knocked down so far. So this is the front of the bungalows we've just seen the back of from Roadcross Road, so nothing gone on here. But on this side of the road you can see they are starting to knock down all the houses here. So let's go and have a look and see what they've done at Old Hall Lane. Now at the moment here in the houses they've got asbestos removal companies leaving tiny bits of asbestos, I believe. Now the house we can see here, which has been here since 1725, is not going to be completely demolished as so. It is going to be taken down brick by brick and the stone is going to be reused. And I believe the stone at these terraced houses is going to be reused as well, and the wall on Roadcross Road, and I believe they're going to be making bat boxes out of them. So that's what's going on at Old Hall Lane. Let's just walk down here and see where it comes out on Mottram Moor. So this is the gap where the junction's coming through. So this is where the dual carriageway is going to end, and it's going to link through here with the road and then continue across on the other side and then come out down at the bottom end. Now there's nothing going on here at all, just put the cones out for some reason, and there's no work on this side whatsoever. There is a little bit on that side, but nothing on this side. So let's cross this incredibly busy road again, and hopefully I don't get knocked over, and have a look and see if we can see anything on the other side, but I doubt it. But anyway, this traffic along here, this is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so if anybody says it doesn't need a bypass in Broadbottom and Mottram and Tintwistle and Glossop, then they need their heads feeling. Anyway, let's have a look. Yeah, no chance whatsoever of getting over there. So this was a house behind me here, and it was bought at least 30 years ago, what I remember, and knocked down, and they put that little cabin there. I think it was to test methane in the ground and to test the air quality because of the amount of cars that go up and down this road. But this also gives you a good idea of where the road's coming. It's coming around there, through here. At the moment, Mottram Moor is a dual carriageway, but when they finish the road, I believe it's going to be a single carriageway with a cycle lane. Anyway, hopefully you've liked this video, and I'll catch you in a month's time on the next one. Cheers.